My Google AdWords won't let me edit the ads. It says the ad format is not supported. What should I do? Part of what Google's tried to do, again, moving towards some of the things that they're trying to do, there used to be what they called extended text ads. And by extended text ads, you could put in a couple of headlines and you could put in a couple of descriptions. And if you wanted to put in more than that, you had to build another ad because you were limited to how many headlines and how many descriptions you could put in. But you could build out an ad group and you could have numerous extended text ads within that ad group. So if you wanted to get in different headlines and mix it up a little bit, you always had the option to do that. What Google has moved to is what they call responsive text ads and responsive display ads. And what they've done is they've actually made it so that you cannot edit extended ads anymore. So if you have those ads, they will continue to run. So if you have them existing in your account, they will continue to run, but you don't have the ability to go in anymore and edit the descriptions or edit the headlines. What they're trying to do is they're trying to push you towards these responsive text ads, which actually are better for you anyway. So let me explain what that is. Where you typically would put a couple of headlines, a couple of descriptions, and let Google play around with it. With the responsive text ads, it gives you the ability to put over 10 different headlines and I believe 5 different descriptions or 4 different descriptions. And what Google does is they utilize the data that they're collecting to mix and match the headlines and the descriptions to get you the most conversions. So again, one of the powers of utilizing Facebook or Meta's data or Google's data is utilizing it to your advantage to increase your performance on your ads. What responsive text ads and responsive display ads are allowing you to do is allowing Google to show a lot of different varieties to the people that you're targeting and start to figure out what's working and what's not, what combinations of headlines are working and which ones are not, and always serve up the ones that have the greatest propensity to convert. So again, it's utilizing the power. So that is the format you're going to have to go with. Now, I also mentioned responsive display ads. So what are those? Responsive display ads allow you to include an image in those responsive ads too. So you still include headlines, you still include descriptions, but you also include images that are relevant to that ad group. I think it's super important that you do that. It's going to allow your ads to stand out against maybe other competitors that aren't using responsive display ads. It's going to make your ads look more vibrant with a picture associated with it versus just a text ad. So you definitely want to do that. The other thing I'm going to talk to you about really quickly with regard to Google AdWords, I don't think there's another question that this answers ahead of time, but get into your extensions. A lot of people don't pay as much attention to the extensions that they need to. Call out extensions, structured snippets, image extensions, call extensions. They make a lot of different extensions that could go along with your ads, and you want to make the most use of those extensions, and that's going to help your ads perform better as well. So there's a lot involved in actually building out a Google AdWords campaign that's really going to work, and there's a lot of tweaking and things like that. Some accounts require more tweaking than other, depending on how much competition you have in your marketplace that may be running Google AdWords as well. Some markets, you could sort of get an ad going, it's going really well, and you can sort of, I don't want to say put it on cruise control, but it continues to operate really well. Other areas where you have competition that's always changing up what they're doing, you always have to be watching what's happening with your ads, watching what's happening with your data, and making tweaks so that you could stay ahead of the game on what's going on and stay on top of it. We have clients that fit in both of those categories. We have clients that their ads run really, really well and barely get disrupted. We have clients where we can get their ads running really, really well for 2 weeks, and then the competition makes a change in what they're doing, and that makes an impact on the results we're getting, and we have to make a change associated with that. So you just have to pay attention to what's happening. However, back to the original question about the ads, extended ads went away. You need to really consider converting to responsive ads, creating some responsive display ads, responsive search ads, and then maybe consider pausing or deleting your old extended ads, because I think you're going to get better performance from your responsive ads. So Anyway, hopefully that answers that. If you have any questions, again, there's a lot you could dig into there. I touched on extensions and things like that. There's a lot you could dig into there on each one of those. Obviously, because the format today, us only having 30 minutes, it's really hard to jump into every one of those different extensions and describe how you might want to do that. I will tell you, though, maybe we can do that in a future episode, really dive into the extensions on Google and why you may want to do that and how you may want to fill those out, because they are really important. So please don't ignore your extensions.